Hey everybody, I'm Mark Walters. I'm sitting here with the lovely Tatiana De Rosnay. Now last night we had the Q&A at Sarah's Key, which I thought went very well, especially considering how exhausted you have made yourself by traveling all over the place and promoting this film and really being sort of an ambassador to let people know about it. I think it's great that you do this, and having a chance to come to Dallas. I know you haven't seen much of Dallas.
I know nothing of Dallas. Tasted the heat of Dallas,
but we are. I guess it's safe to say now, because by the time everybody sees this, you'll be gone. But we're in the historic Stoneleigh Hotel, which is a beautiful hotel, and so I'm glad you at least got to get a little bit of a flavor of that. It's got to be very gratifying, I would think, because I've hosted a lot of Q&As and screenings, and I can honestly tell you that usually at the end, about a third of the theater will get up and leave. And last night, I think we maybe saw 2 people, and everybody was just riveted, stuck in their seats. They wanted to see you. They wanted to hear you. I would imagine that's very gratifying, and a good indicator that the movie itself was very effective, for what it set out to do. Is that? I mean, I know you're used to a lot of that from where you are, being in Paris, but coming to America and seeing people react like that, it's got to be a great thing.
I've noticed something with the American audience. I saw the movie with at New York, the premiere, and I noticed that the American audiences don't react the same way. For example, they laugh a lot more. Frankly, this is not a funny movie,
right,
but there are some funny scenes in it, or sentences. American audiences react so much more, and incredibly warm, and I really appreciate the applause for the movie, for me, of course, for Mélusine, young Sarah, for Gilles Paquet-Bremer. I told him all about it when I spoke to him. So yes, it's very exciting to be here, and I think that it's so extraordinary if we think that 3 million people in this country read my book.
And now more, because we gave them all.
Mind-boggling. I sometimes don't want to think about it too much, because I just find it so, it's like, you can't really, 3 million, I mean, it's like, it's so huge. So it is wonderful to be here, and I just wish I could stay a little longer, but off again.
Yeah, well, but you're going to San Francisco, LA, and this is a real, it's very admirable, I think, that you would make that many trips to promote this, and it's not easy. See, that's the thing that people don't understand. When they do these press tours, they don't get to hang around the city and do a lot of fun things.
No.
You're out there basically answering questions, talking to press constantly, and then hopping on a plane.
But you know something? I'm not doing this to sell more books.
Right.
I've already sold so many books. I'm really doing this for Gilles. I think that Gilles is a very talented young director. I think that this is a beautiful movie, and I'm here to tell those American readers, you like the book, well, go out there and go see this movie, because it's a fantastic movie, and it needs all the help it can get. It's coming up against huge blockbusters. I think some people don't even know it's becoming a movie yet. I don't know how the publicity is being made, but it's probably coming in now, and all the press breaks will be coming out around the release of the movie. But I'm really here for Gilles. I think he needs it, and yes, it is tiring, but of course it's fun, and I love the States. Any excuse to go back to the States. So.
Well, you lived in Boston for a while.
Yeah, I lived in Boston as a child. My father was teaching at MIT.
Yeah.
And that's why I've kept this American accent, much to my mother's despair. She's British. She speaks like Kristen Scott Thomas.
Really?
Yes, she speaks like this. She'd be saying, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you." Lovely.
Where's she from originally?
She's from London.
Okay.
She's the typical English Rose.
Yeah. I love going over there. I love York, especially, is a beautiful area. And it's a fantastic film. It's a very moving film. And the one thing I noticed in the press screening that we had, which was about a week ago, it was all critics, and everybody walked out of it and said, I had made the comment, and a lot of people were agreeing with me that this is going to be the big word of mouth movie, I think, for the year. This is going to be the movie that I even said, this has got Oscars written all over it. It's a very moving film. It's a film that I think is a very important film too. You made a comment last night that I wanted to expand upon, about how in schools today, that there are teachers that if they teach about stories like this, they may spend 5 minutes as opposed to actually really educating somebody and telling them just how serious it is. What do you think? I mean, obviously, to get into a discussion about the public education system in America is already its own thing, but what do you think we can do to better educate people about the Holocaust that maybe only know a certain percentage of what really happened?
I'm not familiar with what American children are taught in schools at all, are they taught about it? I know that somebody was telling me this morning that her husband had never been taught about French occupation and Vichy, the Vichy laws and all that. So I'm not going to criticize the American educational system. I know that sometimes it's easier for children to meet Holocaust survivors. That's why it's so important that these people go to the schools and talk to the kids. And sometimes it's through books and movies that this happens. And I know that my book is being read now by a lot of young students because they write to me, so I know. And they have homework to do about me too, so I know that as well. And I think the movie could be shown in schools. You know, I think it could be an interesting movie, even if it has a couple of subtitles at one moment, because it's half of it in English, as you know. I think it could be a good educational movie for these.
It could be a crossover for the French class and the history class. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
There's some great ways to do that. But no, it, like you say, it is one of those books that's it's appearing in schools now, and I think that's a great thing because it is helping to educate people about a facet that maybe they weren't aware of or they just didn't know. You see, it was very interesting when you said that last night because it made me realize that even when I was taking history in school, not that that was necessarily a better time for education, but there are so many things I think that kind of just get rushed through. And watching this movie was one of those moments that I felt like this is a film that I think should be shown in schools, and it's a book that should be read in schools because I think it will help educate
Yes, exactly.
people.
Sometimes the fact that a movie or a novel, children or teenagers can react to it better because it comes at them through the emotion, and not just dates and places and figures. And those teachers. I mean, I've done a lot of work with school kids in France, and actually some by Skype with Americans.
Yeah. It's a great tool.
Yeah, very useful. And sometimes a book, you know, just brings that extra level of emotion so people can really relate to. I know that the young children really relate to Sarah. And I mean, I've been to classes with kids as young as 10 or 11. And I said to their teacher, but you know, they were young, to read the book, and they say, wait a minute, you know, Sarah's 10.
Yeah.
And they want to know more about her now. They want to know all about Sarah.
Yeah.
So that's very moving going to see young children as young as that. And those are unforgettable moments. And I'm going to keep on doing that, I think, for quite a while.
Yeah. Can you walk down the street in Paris? I mean, because I know you're so well known over there. Is it one of those things where you kind of have to just basically stay at home, or can you actually go out?
Don't forget that writers are not like movie stars.
Right, that's true. That's true. That is very true.
I have a couple of stalkers though, which is a little worrying. So that's why I bring my husband and my son to nearly every event that I go to, and they're such big guys, so that I get a couple of stalkers. But in France, I'm not the only writer around.
Right.
So I live in an area in Paris where a lot of writers and journalists, like for example, yesterday in New York we were in a restaurant and Dominique Strauss-Kahn walked in with his wife, and nobody was giving him a hard time. So there is a lot of respect, and it's true that I meet a lot of my readers in planes and trains and airports and stations, and they're sometimes so shocked to see me. They're like, oh my God, and they're reading the book or one of my books. But I think it's it's nice. I think it's part of the exchange, and I think it's for so long I was an unknown writer. I did have, of course, people who wrote to me and who liked my books, but now it's become something very different. So when I don't want to get recognized, what I do, I wear a hat because it's my hair that gives me away.
Right.
Yeah, nobody has silver hair. They all dye it.
Now I would ask you, are you ready for that? But I think you've already been exposed to it. So is it safer to say that? Is there a lot of enjoyment that comes out of that more so than maybe like the soccer moments and things like that are not as pleasing, obviously?
It's complicated because I know my family is unhappy about it. They don't like it when I'm recognized. My children especially, they find it really tiring. And then sometimes people can get because all my books, this one of course you read it, but all my other books are very emotional and really get into the nitty-gritty of things with people. Sometimes just want to say to me, oh, thank you so much, they want to hug me. And sometimes it's kind of, and they feel that they know me because they've read my books. So I think it's both interesting and yes, pleasurable, and sometimes a little spooky.
Right.
and weird, but it doesn't get to me. And also the fact that, you know, I'm no spring chicken. I'm going to be 50 this year, so it's not like, you know, I'm young and impressionable. I think the fact that it's happening to me now in my mature years, I think it can help me relate to it. I mean, and also if ever I get a little bit big-headed or full of myself and I'm told to take down the garbage, you know, and you know, what's for dinner, Mom? So, you know, ordinary person. I like to describe myself as an ordinary woman with an ordinary life who's just written a book that's had an extraordinary career.
Right.